creator of my Duke and I podcast, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having the most beautiful day. And if you're seeing this show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification bell so when an episode comes out, you'll be the first to know. Oh my goodness, guys. Meghan came up in this white halter dress, and I am telling you, the woman looked stunning. But we'll talk more about that. But I just want to go over all these big announcements and what we saw for the last couple of days. I'm telling you, April is my birthday month, but April is certainly giving. April is absolutely giving. Not to mention, we had the solar eclipse and we had an earthquake in New York. I am telling you, this is the month, honey. April. So happy birthday to all the people who are having birthdays this month. Also, too, I will be seeing you guys live tomorrow. We'll do it in the afternoon. Let's see. Shoot for 2 o'clock. Okay, I'll put out the post on that so that you guys can hop onto the link. Okay, so let us get into all what the Sussex is doing. It's incredible what they're doing, and I am here for it all. I'm telling you, I said for the longest while, there's going to be a lot of content. There's going to be stuff coming out from the Sussexes. All we have to do is sit and wait. Forget about what everybody else is doing. Let us sit in our camp, okay, the Sussex Squad camp, and let us enjoy our prince and his Duchess, Meghan, and Archie and Lily. We don't know when we're going to see them, but hopefully we'll see a little glimpse of them in the future, because there's a lot on the horizon with Meghan. Let us just start off with the 2 announcements that was made. Okay, Meghan is coming out. If you guys haven't heard that as yet, I don't know who hasn't, but it is the news, honey. It is the news. Meghan is going to come out with a cooking show, and it is going to be surrounded around the joys of what? Cooking. We've seen a lot of that already on her TIG blog, cooking. It's going to be around gardening, entertaining, and friendship. So we expect to see some of Meghan's friends on her show. Okay, so definitely looking forward to that. Plus, we have Lemonada, who is distributing Meghan's podcast, Archetypes. All of this in the work. I am telling you, these people are busy. They have no time for all the nonsense and all the noise. They are too busy. They're doing so many things. So we have the podcast, and then it was also announced too that Harry will be taking us backstage at the polo scene. He's going to strip away the curtain and show us what it takes to be a polo player. So let's just get into the last couple of days events. Okay, so one, Harry was at a discussion panel where it was hosted by executives, the executive of Center Valley, of Google.com, and of course Jose Andres group. Okay, so if you hear the word Jose Andres, it's the same person, Chef Andres from World Central Kitchen. Apparently he has a business group as well. So all of these, executives came together and they were discussing the next move, or what they would like to see happen in terms of young people, particularly in Africa and developing nations. So that was an exciting discussion, and in that discussion, of course, we know Africa is near and dear to Harry's heart. We've known that for a very long time. When he lost his mom, that's where he went, and it's a place that he loves. Okay, you hear, African people? I'm giving you all that. Okay, guys, if you're seeing the show for the first time, me and African people have a little bit of fighting for Harry and Meghan. We want them to be like more in the Caribbean, and although the African people, they've claimed Meghan, and okay, let me just leave it alone. Let me leave it alone. It seems like they're winning. It seems they're winning because Harry has just come out and he said what he said, okay? Well, I'm not going to let it go for real. I'm not going to let it go. Anyways, let me get back to the conversation I was just having. But, so, as I was saying, they were just talking about what is the next step. We know that this panel discussion came about as a result of Centre Bally, because Harry and Prince Yesa of Lesotho founded Centre Bally, where, they support, in the beginning, it was mostly young people with HIV, sort of picking up where Diana left off, in support of people with HIV, particularly young people, and housing and education and so on was created, through Harry philanthropic work, and stuff like that for these young people. However, they want to, AIDS and HIV, although it is still present, people are able to live with it, and the medicine that has, come about and evolved over time, has really curtailed, or people have been able to live with the virus, although it is still there. But the thing about it now is, what is the next step? So young people, what do we do for them? How do we get them to be financially independent? And Dr. Sophie, let me see her name here, Shandorka. Dr. Sophie Shandorka, she is the executive of Centre Bally. She said something that just hit me at the core, and something that makes so much sense to me. She, in the panel discussion, she said that the thing about it is that Africa and these nations, they have been they've relied on people giving aid, a handout, but we no longer want a handout. We need these young people to become self-sufficient. And how can they become self-sufficient? The only way is for them to become entrepreneurs, for them to be able to be the decision makers in their lives. So the only way that can happen is to provide opportunities for them to have businesses, for them to become self-sufficient. And my grandma always said something to me that was so profound in my life, is that anytime you have to depend on people, you will always have disappointment. So the aid is like depending on people for something. But when you're self-sufficient, when you can do for yourself, you do not have to depend on anybody else, and the disappointment goes out of the door. You won't be disappointed because everything that you do, you will be doing it based on yourself. The decisions that you make, it will be based on yourself. Okay, so it's not about somebody else making decisions for you. I hope I've said that clear. That was profound to me, and it resonated with me. Self-sufficient people have making their own decision, people plotting their own destiny, and the way to do that is through they being the business owners. Okay, they steering their ship. The rudder is, I don't know. I just made that up. That just came to my head. But that was good to me. So that was the discussion that Harry had with the different panelists. And the next day, we were all surprised. We saw Meghan and Harry walking hand in hand like two teenage lovers. Like two teenage lovers walking hand in hand, and Meghan looked so elegant. She had this, she had this little cut through hair in that white dress. Oh, it looked sort of cream. So it was sort of like a cream dress, and it had a little peep through here on the chest, and then it came across and sort of like, crisscross at the neck, and it had a big bow, and then at the bottom of it, it was flared with plaits. It was just gorgeous. She looked stunning in that, color. And she had, I'm telling you, Let me tell you, there's nothing Meghan cannot do. She can walk on grass in hill, honey, and she can walk real good on grass in heels. It was just absolutely breathtaking to see she and Harry walking there like lovers. It looked like a novel. It looked like a movie. It was so ethereal, you know, the way they walked it. You hear me trying to say big words, okay? I need to stop. Anyways, they walked in there and they were chic, and it was just fresh, young, crisp. It was everything. It was today. It was the moment, as somebody said in one of the comments. It was the moment. So it was absolutely beautiful. And Harry, of course, was there with his brother, Nacho Figueras, eye candy, honey, and his wife. I forgot her name. I need to remember Nacho's wife, but I know her last name. Her last name resonates with me. I think it's Blackia. That is her last name. But anyways, she was there, and it was, somebody said, the Fab Four, or the Polo Fab Four. So Harry and his brother Nacho, and Meghan and Nacho's wife. Okay, Delphina, that is her name, Delphina. So, and you know, it seems like she and Meghan has a really close bond. You know, at some point when they were walking away, both she and Meghan, they were holding hands. So it seems like they're very close, just as Harry and Nacho. So that was beautiful to see. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved to see that, you know, Meghan and Harry, you know, as much as the world or the British press would like us to believe that they're alone, they're not. They have people that are very close to them, and we see it every so often when they're out in public. Also, not to mention too, Serena was also there. Serena was there supporting her girl, Meghan. And also too, we saw that there was a camera crew following Harry and Meghan around. So, you know, I'm assuming that this is also part of um, the, the what was announced earlier in the week about Harry doing this, you know, pulling back the curtains on polo, what it takes to compete and what it takes to be a polo player. So I believe they will film in all of that. We know that there will be some glimpse of Meghan in that show as well. How much, we don't know, but any part of it, looking forward, you know, to seeing her in it. And I will definitely be supporting Harry and watching whatever that he's part of. Remember that he's going to be co-executive producer. He and Meghan, their actual production is going to be. So definitely looking forward to that. So all in all, they raised about $1 million for Center Valley, which is very good, over the weekend. So that was really nice. Well, it wasn't over the weekend, it was on Friday and Thursday, I should say. So they raised $1 million. That was really good. And plus they had the auction, okay? So they had the auction as well, with all these, you know, renowned artists donating their art to raise money for Center Valley. Okay, so really, really exciting news. And I will delve a little more into what Meghan was wearing once I find out who the designer was and what the pieces were exactly. She had a nice button gold earring that was really beautiful, that was both, and she had really oversized sunglasses on, you know, and her stiletto heels, honey, that she helped. Meghan was surfing style for days, and people are going to be talking about it for days. So definitely I will be bringing you more of that. Anyways, see you all tomorrow. We'll have a live, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So much exciting news. Oh my goodness, I'm really, really happy. I'm telling you, I wasn't really worried, you know. I said to myself, let me just stay put there and just wait for the Sussexes to you know, to put out content out there for me to be able to talk about. You know, there's a lot of things that people write about, but I want to move past this. It's exhausting, it is tiring, you know, reading all these stupid articles and, you know, all these things out there. They're clickbaits, they're putting them out there because they're making money of the Sussexes. And it's just, it's not worth my time anymore to be bothered. So that's the reason why I'm only bringing positive things. If I don't make a video in a few days because Harry and Meghan was not out there, that is okay with me. That is okay with me. I just moved past, I want to move past all of this nonsense and focus on the successes. That's what I'm here for. That is what that brings me joy, and that's how I want to remain. Okay, so anyways, love each and every one of you guys. Take care. Bye.